Yes. How are you, teacher?
Me? I am fine.
Yes.
What about you?
I'm good too.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm so happy to know you are fine.
ah. And how is the weather there?
It's very hot.
Hot.
Yeah.
Oh, I envy you because it is cold here. It is cold. It is cloudy. It is raining a lot of times. Oh,
Mm.
at least in São Paulo, in other parts of Brazil, I think that the weather is different.
Oh,
But here in the state of São Paulo,
all right.
it is freezing today.
Mm. I like Brazil, but how can I say? Eu nunca fui lá.
I have never
Go there. Eu nunca
been.
fui aí.
I have never been there.
Ah, been there.
Yeah, I have never been there.
Oh,
But okay, my dear, tell me, what can
mm.
you remember about your previous class?
The class.
Mm-hmm.
We are talking of present simple.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In our last class, in our previous class, we talked about simple present or present simple.
Yeah.
Simple present, affirmative sentences to be more specific. Okay, so last class, it was simple present, affirmative sentences. All right? Basically, to make the long shorter, that you need to remember when the subject is he, she, or it, you need to put s in the verb. For the rest of the pronouns, for I, we, you, or they, you use the verb in the base form without to. Basically, this is it. So I can say that I cook well, but you are supposed to say that he or she cooks well. All right.
Yes.
It is on a review. I will not go on with you in this subject anymore. It is over. Now, I would like to talk about simple present one more time, but negative sentences.
All right. Negative sentence.
Negative. Do you know anything about negative sentences in simple present?
Yes, I know. How can I say? How can I say? Deixa eu só falar em português um pouco. Quando nós não gostamos de alguma coisa, a gente diz que não. Então temos que meter a frase na negação.
Oh, okay. I can understand your point of view, but I don't like to say that we need to use no at the sentence. In fact, you are correct. A negative sentence normally is a sentence with no or not. No in Portuguese, right?
Sim.
But in English, when we are talking about simple present, I prefer to say that we needed to use don't.
Ah, don't, yeah.
Or doesn't.
Or doesn't, yeah. I forget.
Oh, we use it don't for I,
don't,
we
don't,
you
don't,
they
don't.
And for he, she, or it, we use it doesn't.
Yes.
He
doesn't, she doesn't,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
Basically, this is it. Of course, there are more details that we can explore about simple present and negative sentences, but that is the most important thing that I need to remember. Don't. I, we, you, they, doesn't, he, she, or it. So, example, a sentence like that. I cook well. If I need to put the sentence in negative, it is I don't
cook
well.
Yes.
Only it. You are supposed to put don't in front of the verb, before the verb to be more specific. I don't cook well. The same for he, she, or it. But in this case, you need to use the doesn't, of course. He, she doesn't cook well. Another detail is that you need to remove the s of the verb. You use the verb in the basic form as well. You don't need to put yes, and you don't need to use any other modification at the verb when we are talking about negative sentences. The only thing that changes is the no part that you need to use it doesn't. Okay?
Yes.
Up to now, can you understand me?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Sim, I speak in Portuguese. I don't know não sei falar muito bem inglês. Como é que eu
What's
vou
your
perguntar?
question?
Mas então quer dizer que quando temos o doesn't, o verbo fica no modo normal. Não mete o S à frente. Fica normal.
Exactly. Exactly
Okay.
that. You don't need to do any modification at the verb. No modification. You use the verb at the basic form, even for he, she, or it, if the sentence is negative.
All right. All right.
And of course, you need to think about the equivalences. If I say, I and my brother don't go to school. Okay, here I need you to use it don't, because the subject is I and my brother. I and my brother is like they. That's the reason I use it don't. But if I say my sister is like she. So I need you to say doesn't go to school. All right. And again, you don't need to modify the verb for negative sentences. Never. It doesn't matter the pronoun, the subject. The only modification will be here at the negative part, at don't or doesn't.
Yes.
And in fact, I would like to tell you that a native person normally says don't and doesn't. Yeah. Native people normally don't pronounce the T. If you want to pronounce, no problem. You can say don't or doesn't. But normally native people don't do that. They say only don't, doesn't.
Doesn't. Yes. Don't, doesn't.
All right. Now, exercise. Make the sentences negative. We have affirmative sentences and we need to transform it in negative sentences. Remember, you need to use don't and doesn't, and you shouldn't use the verb with s or es or ies. You use the verb in the basic form always. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, so try to transform sentence number 1 in a negative sentence.
I don't eat pizza.
I don't eat pizza.
Yes.
Correct. Sentence 2.
My brother don't studies German.
My brother. Oh no, it is not don't.
Doesn't.
It is doesn't.
Oh, brother is he, she, you or he.
Brother is he. So
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah,
And remember that you shouldn't use the verb with modification. So you don't say studies, you say stud.
Study.
My brother doesn't stud
Study German.
German. Okay, give another try.
We don't play computer games.
We don't play computer games. Excellent. Sentence 4.
Harry doesn't like sport.
Harry doesn't like sport. Sure. The last one.
They don't drink water.
They don't drink
water.
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 Water. Water. Water. Sometimes we have different pronunciations for the same word. It depends of the region. It depends of the country. Even in Portuguese, we have different accents in Portuguese, correct? We have Brazilian accent, Brazilian accent, Portuguese accent, and we have accents of other countries, like in Angola, we have another accent. In Mozambique, we have another accent. And it happens the same in English. We have different accents. That's the reason sometimes we have different pronunciations for the same word. Okay? But the American pronunciation is water. Well, now that you have a good comprehension of the subject of simple present negative sentences, I think that we can talk a little bit about interrogative sentences. Simple present interrogative sentences or questions. The roles that I am giving you don't fit for verb to be. Here, we are talking about ordinary verbs. We are talking about the common verbs. These roles are not for verb to be. But okay, simple present interrogative sentences or questions. Basically, we need to use a thing named auxiliary verb. Yes. Basically, we have two different auxiliary verbs. We have do, and we have does, exactly. Do for I, we, you, they. Does for he, she, it. Exactly. And you need to use do or does in front of the subject. So let me see. I will create a question. I will say, do you cook well? So here I need to put do in front of you. Do here only represents that the sentence is a question. Only it. Yes. That is the only function of do at the sentence. Only represents that the sentence is a question. Yes. Nothing else. Do you cook well? So again, you need to put do in front of the subject. Next, you need to put the verb and the rest of the sentence. But if I want to ask a question like that using he, a subject, I need to use it does in front of he.
Does he?
Does he, does she, does it? It doesn't matter, but I will use this example he. Does he cook? Well, you needed to use it does because here the subject is he. Verb in the basic form without to, but without any other modification as well. No s, no es, no is, no modification. And the verb for questions or for interrogative sentences. And of course, the same, you need to think the equivalences. So if I want to ask a question using my mother as subject, it is does my mother. If I say you and your brother, do you and your brother? Okay, my dear. Let's go to this exercise.
Right.
Here we have questions and you need to complete the questions using do or does. Okay, so here you have the explanation about the topic that you need to use now. And here you are the exercise that you are supposed to do. You need to complete the sentences. You need to complete the gaps using do or does. You can start.
Does Peter live with his father?
Does Peter live with his father? Sure.
Do you learn Spanish?
Do you learn Spanish?
Do Andre? I don't know to pronounce this name.
Andrew. Andrew.
Do Andrew and Martin read their bicycle? No, bikes to school.
Andrew and Martin ride there. No, there.
No.
I'm sorry. There.
Bikes
to school. Okay, nice. Now the pronunciation is correct.
Yes. Do they play in the garden?
Do they play in the garden? Sans hamster live in a cage. Do or does here? Oops, sorry. Do.
Sanders.
Oh no.
No.
It is does.
Oh, does he?
In fact, no. Sans hamster is it. In Portuguese, we say hamster the sand. O hamster ate. Sans hamster live in a cage. So it is does.
Oh, all right.
Could you repeat the sentence, please?
Does Sandy's hamster live in the cage?
In a cage. Okay.
In a cage. Let me think. Do the cats sit on the wall?
Correct. No, it is do. Correct. You're correct. Do the cats sit on the wall?
Cat is it.
No, oh, no.
It's animal.
Yes, no? But one cat is it. But right. Cats in plural is they.
All right.
One cat, it. Cats, they. It happens with all the animals. It happens with all the animals. One animal, it, But a group of animals, they.
All right. Do we work? Do we work in front of the computer?
Yes.
Do you play the drums?
Do you play the drums?
Drums. Do you
The
play the
drums.
drums? The drums.
Bateria. Okay?
Yes,
The drums.
the drums. Does Stevie wear the glasses?
Does Steve
Steve, does Steve wear glasses?
glasses?
Glasses.
The last sentence.
The last sentence. Do I clean the bathroom?
Do I clean the bathroom?
Do I clean the bathroom?
Okay, Adelmo. Do you have any question here? Any vocabulary question? Do you know all these words? No question?
No, no question.
No question.
No.
All right. Okay, my dear. So that's it for today. Tell me, do you think that these classes are being useful for you?
Sorry, Miss, I don't understand.
Are you enjoying these classes? Do you think that you are learning?
Learning.
Aprendendo. Do you think you are learning?
Yes.
Na verdade, o bem que eu queria dizer desse jeito.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
I am learn.
Oh, I'm glad for that.
Yeah. How can I say? I was study English in Namibia. It was, it was long time. 2015,
2015.
14, 16. Yeah. But eu esqueci algumas coisas porque aqui em Angola não pratico com ninguém.
I see. So you mean that you have studied English before in the past, but you are forgetting because you don't have the opportunity to practice.
Yeah, I don't have opportunity to practice.
You are studying here with me now to practice, to have an opportunity to maintain your knowledge.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nice. That's interesting.